Hey guys, welcome back to ADP Art Creations. How you guys doing tonight on the D blog? I got Miss D up here with me today. So we're gonna talk about the Detroit Shocks, and as usual, you know how ADP do. I'm gonna give you guys some information about the Detroit Shocks. Then we're gonna go into Bill Laimbeer, talk a little bit about him, and then I got clips and everything to go with it. But I had to stop, guys. I had to stop researching because it's ongoing. So I have to do it in part one and two because the next part we'll talk about the players, but this time we're going to talk about the overall team and everything. But it's so much information like with this. And so who better to have up here than Miss D and
Hey,
whoever else
hey.
got familiar with the Detroit Shocks. Y'all come on up because this is a learning experience for everybody. And I really wish Miss D like they would have like a make them. I'm sorry, Angel and Camilla and everybody, but make it like when they're entering into the WNBA that they do a class. A class to learn about the vets and who were before them. Not one they would have to pass or nothing like that, or what I'm saying, do tests or whatever, just to get them um to understand it's more players before the recent ones that played the game, and they can be familiar with it, and they can kind of like compare the game, look up to them. It's a lot of vets, not just the ones now, but it's a lot of great vets. And they call the Detroit Shocks the forgotten team, but I don't think they've forgotten. I think that people like me and Miss D and all who are aware about the Detroit Shocks, they it's good for them. Hey Donna, hey in the dark. It's good for them to learn. So let's start off with a little bit of history about the Detroit Shocks, and then we'll get into the goody stuff. But let me say, guys, go back and do y'all research on these vets because you just find out so much. It's so much to learn. And then if you forget, you got to go back. Okay, so let's talk about it, guys. Okay, so the Detroit Sharks were a women's WNBA team. It was based in Auburn Hills, Michigan. They were the 2003, 2006, and 2008 WNBA champions. Debuting in 1998, the Shock were one of the league's first expansion franchises. They were also the first WNBA expansion franchise to win a WNBA championship. The team was the sister team of the Detroit Pistons, and from 2002 to 2009 was coached by Pistons legend Ben Laimbeer. Oh, we got to get into Bill, right? Because you can't even start to talk about the team until you talk about Bill. Bill was something else, guys. I got some clips with him too. I had to take it back to like a little bit with the NBA because he's tied to it, and the way that he played and the name that because he was considered a bad boy in the NBA. You can see why the women that he coached were considered the bad girls in the WNBA because of his playing style, right? Okay, so I'm just giving a brief history. So also in October 2009, they relocated to Tulsa, Oklahoma to become the Tulsa Shocks. Detroit's team's roster history and nickname was retained. In July 2015, the Shock relocated to become the Dallas Wings. Isn't that something? Oh, and I gotta put her in here, but she's a piece of work. Some like her, some. She just all around like and not like person. But I would say no, she didn't. But okay, Nancy. Nancy Lieberman was the first general manager and head coach in the franchise history from 1998 to 2000. She also briefly played in the Shock 2008. Okay, so she that they were the first suspension team. they held their first expansion draft for the Shock in the Washington Mystics on February 18, 1998. The Shock quickly brought in a blend of rookies and vets. She coached during that time period, and then they went on and they had another coach. She was fired, and then they replaced her after 2008. She was fired, and they replaced her with Greg Williams. Greg Williams didn't even last that long, guys. They said, okay, we got to do something about this thing. So they come and bring Bill in. When they brought Bill in, that team went from one of the worst teams in the franchise to a championship. And some of our old vets you're gonna see in the clips. Y'all know my girl, Lisa Leslie is my girl now. You know what I'm saying? I caught myself, I was like, okay, Lisa, this is back in the day. It ain't even that serious, or whatever. So Lisa Leslie played a role. She was playing for the LA Sparks at that time too. So so that's the main point of when Bill came in. So Bill took the worst team in the franchise to a championship. Which is great, for a team that was going through a lot of changes and stuff during that time. And I think we're going to stop there because I don't want to get into the players, because that's going to be in part 2. So we're going to talk about the brief history, and then we'll talk about, about Bill, and then we'll do the clips. Miss D, starting, Jacob coming up. Hey, Jacob.
Okay, hold on now. Wait before you start saying anything else.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna let you take the floor.
That's about Jacob.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let Miss D take the floor. So, Miss D, what
Yes.
as far as Nancy coaching, how did you feel about Nancy coaching the Detroit Shocks? We know that she had a little favoritism for a player that was,
well, she got to a controversy. At first, it started off pretty good.
Okay.
Nancy, let me get some backstory to it. Nancy, it was rumors that she had an affair with one of her players, so that's why there's a lot of controversy, and the other players felt that she was having favoritism, and one player said she saw Nancy go over to the girl house or something she saw. And so at first it was pretty good. But after that controversy, they decided to fire her because it was just too much.
Yeah. Sure did. So you know what I'm saying? For them to fire her, it must have been true, Miss D.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what that means? That player got more playing time.
Right. Well, I think that was more why the other players. No, I said I think that's why the other players was upset more than her sleeping with the girl. I guess allegedly.
Hey, yo.
But yeah. So yeah, she wasn't a bad coach.
Because that would tie into it. You know what I'm saying? They would have a problem with that because
but they wanted more playing time.
It's kind of like a conflict of interest.
Right, but they wanted more playing time. No, I said they wanted more playing time, and that was they griped in her sleeping. She had favoritism, so that was her gripe. Their gripe. So
and then I was like, for Nancy to coach the team and then come back and play for the team, I said, okay, they had a different way of doing things back in the day.
Still had a little time to play. She was old. She wasn't that old, but she was older. So she had a little time. She she played before she coached them. I think she played with them before she coached them.
No, after that, 2000
sure?
and
I don't remember that. Okay.
She played after let's see.
That was the rumor, T. Carmella, allegedly that she had an affair with one of the players. Allegedly. We had to say allegedly.
Oh, okay. Well, word on street say allegedly, guys. Okay. ADP don't look. ADP just researching on the streets. I'm reading. That's what might have happened, And, you know, for them to fire, you know, people don't fire for no reason. But yeah, she was definitely, you know, she was their coach for that time period. And you know, they had their, you know what I'm saying, they had their ups and downs and stuff like that. And it was one season, it was 0 to 10, Miss D. I was like, what in the world?
Yep.
But then they brought in Bill. Huh?
Yep, they brought in Bill, and he started draft players that had his type of personality. Tough.
And okay. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then check this out, guys. So what we got to do to understand the game plan, we got to understand the player. Now, Bill Laimbeer, he was off the chain. He was considered one of the bad boys in the NBA. They call him the villain. And it showed because every time you turned around, he was in something. He started something. And so I want to show you some clips with Charles Barkley. I want to show you him with Charles Barkley. He didn't mess with Patrick Ewing like that. Ewing didn't play with him. You know what I'm saying? Him and Rodman, they had a little bit going on, but they wound up being teammates or whatever. So that went okay. And then he tried to challenge Jordan, but Jordan wound up dunking over his head or whatever. But every time you turned around, Bill was in something. Bill was instigating. And you know, that was, you know, why he was doing what he was doing, trying to get people off that game and stuff like that, Miss D. But I said, what in the world? Because I had to go back and watch them clips. I was like, good gracious, ball of fire. Like every time you turn around, he in something, starting with the players and stuff like that. You know, that's just how he played. He played aggressive. He had no problems showing it. He played aggressive. Do you remember, Miss D, how Bill played in the NBA? Because the same way those WNBA players play is the same way Bill was playing in the NBA. And I'm going to show you guys some of those. Huh?
I said right. They was like I said they was like Bill.
You could just tell because they were brothers and sisters, because they was in the same state. That was his, like the NBA, and then you had the bad boys, and then you had the bad girls. So of course, you know what I'm saying, he taught them how to play the game that got them a championship. But the same way he was playing is the same way the bad girls were playing, the Detroit Sharks. So let's tap into Bill a little bit. I don't want to get too much into Bill or whatever and stuff like that. I just wanted more of his like his coaching career he did. Okay, so he coached the Detroit Sharks 2002 to 2009, the Minnesota Timberwolves 2009 to 2012, the New York Liberty 2012 to 2017, and the Las Vegas Aces 2018 to 2021. So, you know what I'm saying, he had a pretty good, you know what I'm saying, coaching career and stuff like that. But good gracious, I tell you what, he knew how to bring a team that was considered the worst to a championship, even if it meant that they had to be more aggressive. And what I watched in a lot of the games is that they weren't as calling tic-tac fouls and stuff like that on them back then. They would let them go off, Miss D, and then later on be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, a foul, tech or whatever. But you're almost at the end of the game or in the middle of the game, they calling the ticks and stuff like that, you know. So it just goes to show whoever your leader is in teaching you, you learn from their playing style, and that's what those players did to win a championship. So let me pull up. Let me show you guys how Bill played, so you can see what I'm saying. This was one. I mean, it was ongoing. It was Patrick Ewing. You know what I'm saying? It was Rodman. He had beef. Like every time you turn around, he was in. This was his game plan, guys. This was his game plan on how he played the game, and then he taught the Detroit Sharks players. the same thing. What you say, Ms. D?
Say nothing. I ain't say
Oh,
nothing.
okay. So I'm gonna play which one? Okay. I just want you guys to see how he played a little bit. So I'm gonna show some of his clips, and then we'll tap into the WNBA side. But check him out. You know, you might want to go research him too, because he's a piece of work if you don't already know about Bill Laimbeer. They even got invited to, when President Obama got into the White House, they got invited to, the Detroit Shots got invited to the White House. I thought that was interesting too. And he congratulated them. You know, they had a little good time or whatever there, but that was very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna let me see how I do this one. Okay. I'm gonna Miss D, did you like Bill Laimbeer? Or did you like his coaching style? Or
I love his coaching style. I love the way he plays. I told you I'm a Detroit Pistons Shock fan. Come on now. Detroit basketball.
Wait a minute, D trying to talk and you muted.
Okay. All right, let's get this thing started.
Hey, she wins. How you doing?
Guys, check this out. This is him. This is him and Charles Barkley.
105-93, 26 seconds away now. Two Mars, they let him go in uncontested again. 105-95. Some token pressure. Here comes Mahorn. Mahorn hard to the basket. Cam's hitting his foul. Now he and Laimbeer start shoving each other. And now Barkley gets into it, and he and Laimbeer. And now there are some punches thrown. Now we got a little, not a little melee, a big melee, and there were punches thrown. There's Edwards and Mahorn. Now they're squared off, but there's a pile there. And all of this with 14 and 8/10 seconds left. There is Charles Barkley as Freddie grabs hold of him and gets him out of there.
I just want y'all to see that little clip. But this is or whatever to mess with for each game. But when I saw him try to he couldn't do it with Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was not playing with him. You know what I'm saying? He tried it with Ewing, but Ewing he didn't play with Bill. But this was how Bill played. Oh, can you hear me now, T. Carmelo? I'm sorry. I think I made. Okay, let me close some stuff out because I have a lot. Okay. Hopefully hopefully this is better. Or whatever. But I had a lot open, so you know when you have a lot open, it's starting to do that. So hopefully that's what it is.
Look, bro, Carl talking mess. Are you healed? He said, bear down.
That's what he said.
Yeah, for your Jayton.
People always look. Don't hate bro Clyde. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about it. Look, you win some, you win some, you lose some, and what? At least we don't cry about it. We ain't gonna cry the whole year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just come back and represent.
Hey, Miss D, look what I have in my hand.
Belt to ass.
Belt Belt. That's why I'm wearing the Juju shirt.
Y'all didn't do no belt. Y'all won by. Listen, guys, they won by
Miss
1
D.
point.
No.
And it was raining
He took away a
outside.
touchdown from us.
Just so you know. No, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get back to the topic. Just so you and Bro Claude know.
It's still about
it was raining out there, and it was 1 point. That's what saved y'all life. Other than that, I'm not worried about it.
It was raining outside.
Take the win on the chin. Take the win on the chin, and we just gonna come back and represent. That's it.
Shit, if you don't beat it up.
But poor baby Jaden. Oh, poor baby Jaden. It was raining outside.
Girl, I'm not worried about my team. That's for another day.
Where his mommy at?
Hey.
Mommy. Look at Bro Cross say rain.
Y'all more lead. We get back.
Jeremy said that's for another day, another time. I'm not messing with Bro Claude. He ain't got nothing on my Commanders.
Right.
Jeremy said the Detroit Shock is one of the 4 dynasties in the W.
Yes.
It's the Comics, the Shocks, the Wings, and the Aces. Those 4 are a lot of people trying to
3-1-3. 3-1-3. But actually, they played a 2-4-8. 2-4-8. But still Detroit shot.
Who was that? You talking about the Detroit Shocks?
Yeah, they played in a 2-4-8, but they supposed to be 3-1-3.
W's in the chat.
And they got 3. They got the 3 titles in the 6 years. Yes,
right.
That's a dynasty. Yeah, Bill came in there and showed them what he know. And look, and it worked for them. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way Bill played. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to play like that. But then, you know what I'm saying? You run up against the right one, and then you got to get, dealt with. That's why he couldn't play with Ewan like that. You know what I'm saying? With that crazy stuff. But he came over to the WNBA coaching, and it got those women from being the worst team to a championship. And the way that they played, they were aggressive. Now it's like you got to be set up and you got to be ready to fight when you play this particular team. Like you can't come in there like, oh, we just gonna play a regular game, right? Yeah, they did, Bro Claude. That's all they did. Like, you know what I'm saying? They came in like that, but that's just how Bill was playing, Bro Claude. You know what I'm saying? That's why Michael Jordan dunked on his butt, went over his head. I know he felt that was epic. So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people challenge people because they know they can, but you know what I'm saying? They still gave him fouls and all that great stuff or whatever still. But every time you turn around, you saw Bill in something. Oh yeah, I'm a forever Chicago Bulls fan, for real. No joke. I mean, I like other players and stuff too, but to see Jordan dunk over his head like that, Bro Claude, I was like, man, it just takes you back to the games, make you want to go watch all the games over again. But yeah, so his style of play, he took it into his coaching, and I didn't hear that they had any real problems behind the scenes because they were like they wanted to win. And that's what I'm saying. When you want to eat and you want to play and you want to win, you're going to work hard. You're going to do whatever your coach tell you to do to get there. And so I think, Bill was good for the Detroit Sharks. You know what I'm saying? Even though, hey, so pretty.
Hi guys, how y'all doing?
Even though I didn't like him when he got on that court, always trying to fight and stuff like that. He showed them ladies a way out, Oh gosh, I'm just going in and out today.
We can hear you.
Or whatever. So we're talking about so pretty Tony.
Okay.
The villain, the bad boy. Well, sometimes he was a bad boy, guys, and sometimes he was a wannabe bad boy. So I was talking about Bill so that we could get into as far as his coaching style with the WNBA, the Detroit.
Oh, now we can't hear nothing.
Is it good? What's going on? What happened?
She lagged out.
that shows a lot too, because Bill was off the chain. Did you like Bill coaching style so pretty, Tony, with the Detroit Shocks?
Of course. I sure did.
Oh man, you too?
Yeah, well, he did a great job. You like his coaching style?
I mean, I like, listen, guys. Now, I'm not saying, I'm just saying the way he, you know what I'm saying, when he was in the NBA, I'm just like, he always started stuff. Like every time he hit the floor, that was Bill. He, you know, and I know why they use it like that to be a distraction, but he just loved every time. Every time he got on the floor, he was just, that's what he was doing, starting something. They call him a villain. You know, you got to do a whole lot to be called a villain, and he was, guys, he was the villain. He was off.
Yes,
the
he
chain.
was. That was my villain. I love me some Bill Laimbeer. Bad boy.
He's just a hard-nosed player.
He was a little dirty, but I love him. He was my little dirty player.
Yeah, he was hard-nosed. They call him.
Him and
one of the most dirtiest.
Him and Ron Booty. Listen, ADP. Him and Ron Booty, Rick Mahorn. All that booty.
I ain't heard Rick Mahorn's name in a minute.
Yeah, he was in that little scuffle too with Charles Barkley. And then because I was watching different clips and I was like, okay, I was watching to see who he would challenge like that. And Isaiah too. I saw the one with Isaiah. I saw the one with Dennis too, bro, Claude. But he didn't mess with Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman didn't play with him either. You know what I'm saying? I like Dennis Rodman.
Hold on, Dennis respected Bill.
He was one of my players. Dennis Rodman was one of my players.
He didn't want to fight Bill. He respected him. But did you notice that's when Rick Mahorn got traded? He got traded to Philadelphia, and that's when they had to fight with Charles Barkley before Charles went to Phoenix. Hey, man. And so then you had did you get the clip of him fighting Larry Bird?
Yeah, I saw the little bit about I saw the little clip about Larry Bird. The only thing I was like pulling it.
Oh hell no, we're not doing this.
I tried to hold on,
let me say this, ADP. Goon, where was you at? Your baby Dana spoke at the dang on parade. Let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the clip with Larry or whatever, and then I started looking at the one with Ewing, and also then he got in a fight. He got in a fight with Shaq too, didn't he? Oh no, that was somebody else. Look, I was into the research, but I saw him with Ewing. I saw him he tried to challenge Michael Jordan, but Jordan got over him and put that dunk up in there. You know what I'm saying? And Charles Barkley, I saw the fight with him, but Miss D, it was like everybody. I could sit up here and name a whole list of players, but it was ongoing. That was him. That was Bill. Bill was the bad boy. He didn't have no problem with it. He ain't had no shame. He was popping off at the mouth.
He wasn't scared. He wasn't scared.
No, he was not. He didn't care if he got beat up either. Because I was looking, guys. I was trying to look. Huh?
He got beat up. He got beat up plenty of times, but he came back and beat you back. So he wasn't afraid of that.
He did. He came back or whatever and stuff like. Because I was watching that Charles Barkley one, and I was like, I noticed how I was trying to zoom in on it because I wanted to see what was going on. Because the crowd, they was covering him, and I'm like, okay, Barkley got it, you know what I'm saying? Then I seen Barkley face. I said, okay, I see this, you know what I'm saying? Barkley, he had a little spike in him, you know what I'm saying? He had no wounds. It was Bill that had the wounds, but I'm just saying to watch him go from that to point into the worst team in the WNBA, and them winning a championship was just awesome. But guys, I've got to show you this next clip, because if you guys are Lisa Leslie fans, boy, I was like, Lisa, this is back in the day. Let me calm down because I ain't never seen Lisa upset like that before. And I was like, man, that was really something. So the Detroit Shocks and the LA Sparks, I would say they were kind of like rivalries to me. What you think, Miss D and So Pretty?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm eating.
Oh, yeah. Well, you look, you eat, and then we'll pick it back off because I'm gonna play a clip. So I'm gonna ask Miss D, and we'll come back.
Okay, but yeah, when you get ready, I saw that with Lisa Leslie. She is, mind you, she can be quite feisty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So would you guys say that they were rivals? The LA Sparks and the Detroit Shocks.
I tell you, everybody was a rivalry for the Sparks. Sparks was the team.
Oh yeah, I know. No.
They
want no joke.
I said, take your pick.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Yeah, you had to, but I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what though, watching the playbacks of just the, them playing and just how they played and stuff, it's just so like, it's a beautiful thing to watch, guys. When you go to the history of the WNBA and you go to the vets and the teams that some say they lost, I don't think they lost. I think that, you know what I'm saying, we haven't made enough noise. That's why I was like, I wish that the players coming into the WNBA, that they set up a class. I know, just set up this class so that the players not just be aware of the vets now or recent, but they know their history when it comes to basketball too. It's not going to hurt them to learn something, because this is very important. It didn't just start with, you know what I'm saying, a Candace Parker or Asia Wilson. It just didn't start there. It started way before then. This is why what's great about this dynasty, what's great about this team is how, no, I didn't like the way Bill played, but I tell you what, they put the right person in place to give these women hope and to play their tails off, even though they had to be aggressive and they didn't play. But with that style of coaching, you can see a difference when you come from the worst team in the WNBA to a championship. That says a lot.
You know what?
Yes,
you know what? Not just a style of coaching, he knew how to draft. So he draft players in his style. He had to draft players that had that toughness, but also have skill and could do multiple things on the floor, like Deanna Nolan. You got Swin Cash, players like Cheryl Ford who could play different positions, Swin Cash, and so can Tweety. So he knew how to draft. So that helped too. That he had that knowledge. He knew what he wanted in the player, and he got those players that fit his program.
And when I was watching them and when I was watching him, I said, guys, y'all talking about AT. Y'all sitting up there talking about my girl AT. AT ain't got nothing on the Detroit Sharks. Nothing. Not even
nothing
close.
On Cheryl Ford. Ford played like that. Ford
yeah, and that's why. And
her father. See, her father was Karl Malone, so yeah, she had the little Karl Malone in her.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't get too much into them because I wanted to break them divas down. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, look, you got to break those players down because those players are important too. So that's why I was like, we had to do part 1 and part 2 because when I researched, I want to break everything down. Where you from? Who are you before you hit that court so I can understand your play. And I will understand the way that, the players play by better understanding who they are. So that's gonna come in part 2, but part 1, this is where you get familiar with the Detroit Sharks. You know who coached them. They had 3 coaches from they had 3 coaches during that time that they played, and it took for Bill to come in for them to win that championship. And like Ms. D said, he knew how to draft players too, and that says a lot too, because you got to have an eye. You got to have an eye for the court. You got to have an eye for the players to put them in position to win that championship. So I'm gonna play 2 parts. The first one, I'll be like a stop and go But this first one is when they got into it. The LA Sparks and the Detroit Sharks got into it, or whatever. But that wasn't the first time that they got into it, and wasn't gonna be the last time. Anybody that Detroit played, you know what I'm saying, you were gonna have to come out there and you was gonna have to be aggressive. Ain't no play ball, ain't no look, I'm hurt. Not with the Detroit Sharks. Detroit Sharks versus the Houston Comets. That's what Goon said. AT doesn't have. T. Carmel said, what did she say? She said AT doesn't have a damn dot on the Sharks. No, T. Carmela. Look, when I researched them, I was like, I've heard of the Detroit Sharks guys, but I was like, man, I didn't know they was like this. But okay, let's get ready to play this. Let's get ready to play this clip. Let me see if I got it up, guys. Okay, I did. Good job, Alicia. Okay.
Detroit has one timeout left. Here we go. Okay, this is absolutely inexcusable.
I got you. Oh. Stop. Go to the bench.
Whoa. Wow, Rick Mahorn pushed away Lisa Leslie, who fell backwards onto the court, and then Milton Jones hit Mahorn in the back. Yeah, there's going to be some suspensions and some fines, and there should be. This is inexcusable behavior. Absolutely no place in the game for this. Cheryl Ford is back on the floor. But what had become a physical game is greatly deteriorating. Look at this play. Now the officials will go to the monitor and make some determinations here.
We need the wheelchair. We need the wheelchair.
This is Ford and Parker tied up with one another. Or excuse me, Pearson and Parker.
You might want to turn that volume down.
Okay.
Trying to play peacemaker, Cheryl Ford might have injured her knee.
Is that better?
Yeah, but guess what? You know what? I lost respect.
Okay, hold on, Miss D. I'll pause
That's when
it.
she went down
Okay.
trying to.
What you wanted to say?
No, say
We can
that's
pause in between. That's fine.
I was mad because I lost respect for Lisa Leslie because
I don't know why you mad. Okay, go ahead. Let me let you get the floor. Go ahead.
Because if you look at it, she claimed that Rick Mahorn tried to attack her. No, he was saying stop, and she kept going trying to get into the fight. He kind of held her back. And
no, he didn't hold her back, Miss D. He hit her.
Hey, he didn't hit her. No, he didn't.
Okay.
It was incidental. He was trying to turn around. It was a big melee. He was trying to say stop, chill.
Oh,
Bill tried to hurt me.
Okay. You told me.
Bill tried to it was kind of So
no, he told me to turn the sound off.
Right, just play the fight. You don't have to play that. They don't have to play that.
Thank you, Brokaw. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right. So he didn't try to hit her. I was like, Lisa, no, that's not what happened. I'm not saying that because I'm a Shock fan. I'm saying that's not what happened. He look, with all due respect, he could have hurt Lisa Leslie. He wasn't trying to fight no lady. No, he wasn't.
And they showed it close up. They broke it down. He did.
No, he did not.
No, he might not intended to.
No, he was trying to. No, what happened? I told you it was a melee. He turned around and bumped her. He did not hit her.
Yeah, Donna, they wouldn't have.
No, man. No.
Donna, they wouldn't have lasted at all.
No.
He did, man, because look, Miss D got her version, but
no, I don't have my version.
Let me play it.
I saw it many times. ADP, you can't convince me. He did not hit her.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just giving my opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Your opinion is your opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. So my opinion say that he hit her. Your opinion say he didn't. It's okay to agree and disagree. I'm getting ready to play it. This is the game that it happened in. So I'm gonna get ready to play it. I know T. Miller like I was there. You know, I don't play by my girl. I don't care. What it looks like with my eyes, what I could see is that what I don't think it was intentional, but right, bro Clyde. He didn't hit her on purpose, but he hit her. And the whole point is, look, in the heat of everything that's going on, you think I give a baracanacker whether you meant to do it or not? You just hit me. That's beef. That's beef. You don't look. No. Okay, I'm gonna finish playing it because so Miss D can see. Okay, I did turn the volume up. Did I? Uh-oh. Okay. All right. But they do talk about it towards the end of the game or whatever, and then they showed a clip of Lisa Leslie after the game where she talked about it and stuff like that.
Exactly, and I lost respect. Like, Lisa, stop.
No, you can't lose respect for even if it was
no.
Even if it wasn't intentional, guys, he still did it.
No,
but that's beside the point. But I'm just saying, even though it wasn't intentional,
but he didn't hit her, and then Lisa took it all out of bounds. Stop it, Lisa.
No, she kept it real.
Yes.
Mid D. She also, I believe, she tried to sue.
Yeah, like Lisa.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, Jacob. What she do now?
Try to sue.
Jacob got the floor.
Give me 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, you can say that, Jacob, if you want to. That's good for the chat to know.
Look, ADP. When you love somebody, you get all crazy with it. I see.
No, I just keep it real with it. That's all.
Not keep it real. He not touch that girl.
Hey, I love it.
I sent 10 toes down.
No, he did not. Look, you 10 toes down and you 10 toes wrong.
No, we can agree and disagree.
You 10 toes wrong.
Look, what you want to be right about, you can be right about. Your ADP wants to be right about, she can be right about.
It's throwing up gang signs. Your 10 toes is crooked.
It's all good. There's no need to go back and forth, girl.
Your 10 toes have rheumatoid arthritis. Stop it.
You done had your 3 seconds of fame on this. It's all right.
Look at Tony just sitting there like, yeah, I'm just going to let these two go at it.
But anyway, that's, let me pause it. So that's what happened, guys. They got in a fight in this particular game. Some players got kicked out of the game, and Lisa was in tears at the end of the game.
Lisa was full of crap at the end of the game.
What happened?
Full of crap. Oh my God, he hit me. Oh my God. Why? Why? Lisa, go home. Good night, Lisa Leslie.
You know what? Like I said, guys, we can have her opinion, and I'm gonna have mine.
Oh my God,
leave it like that.
She is ridiculous.
So what you think, so pretty Tony, about this particular game?
You're muted.
I'm sorry, I'm on mute. But I had to mute myself because I was laughing. Back then, basketball was so physical.
Yeah,
it's the style of play that Angel likes to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So anything went back then, no matter what. So I don't have an opinion about whether the game was too violent or not, or too physical or not. It was what it was. Again, you tested the rookies, and that was a checkpoint for Candace. But, like Lisa said in the interview before, that she told Candace, be ready, because this was going to happen. So, and I got you back. So she had a teammate back. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Everybody get into one big ass brawl. Why not? You hit my teammate. What up, bro, Claude? You hit my
Bro Claude. Hey, Bro
Wait,
Claude. He did
wait.
not hit her.
Wait.
Bro Claude.
Ms. D, wait. That's just what it is, right? So if you go to protect your teammate and everybody go at it, sometimes, and it happens. He was not trying to hit her at all. It just happened. It happened in the midst of trying to break it up and make her get back. Now, the video can show everybody had their opinion. ADP said it looked like he hit her. I'm gonna tell you, he did not try to hit her. But that's your opinion.
Because he turned.
Wait,
around.
Wait.
If you watch the fight.
Wait. He did not try to do it. It just happened. And even back then when we saw the game during the time that it actually happened, everybody's mouth was open because we probably thought the same thing. But when you play, I mean, I didn't think it. I'm just saying people in general, right? When you play it in slow motion and you come back to it, it's like, nah, he didn't really try. He didn't. But I mean, hey, ADP, if you feel that way, you feel that way. I'm just gonna say he didn't.
But guys, look, so it comes to the conclusion that he did do that, but not on purpose. So it was
right.
Done. Are we correct? It was done.
No, not correct.
So when you on the floor like that and you in the heat, you're gonna take it that way. So her feelings are valid. She didn't say he did it on purpose. After she talked after the game, she said, "I don't know why he did that." You know what I'm saying?
You know what she did?
You know, she was a little confused, but you know what I'm saying? She was still like upset. Miss D, wait, let me finish. Let me finish, and then I'll let you say your thing or whatever. She wasn't like. I think it kind of upset her because she was in shock that he did it, but she didn't say he did it on purpose. So she did say that.
I mean, let me give you some insight here. First of all, when that melee happened, it was everybody all in the same area, and she had her fist up like she in the fist up a stance, and when she turned around, he bumped into her, so she started acting like come on, you want to fight? And he looked at her like, what the hell? Basically, if you really look at it, she confused Mahorn for one of the shock players. He did not hit her. Go watch that again. He did not hit her.
Are you saying that because you're biased, Miss D? Can I ask you that question?
No. If he would have did that, I would have said that. No.
Because she Detroit down, Jason.
No. If he would have did that,
you Washington down, Miss D.
Huh?
I'm not Miss D. Not Miss D. Not ADP.
Huh? If he did something wrong, I would have said it. I'm not biased like that.
Bro Clyde got his finger up like he in the choir.
Go ahead, Bro Clyde.
Like at church.
Bro Clyde, you can take the floor. You can take
church quiet. I'm going to the bathroom. Excuse me. Going to the bathroom. Okay, go ahead, church man.
Go ahead, Bro Clyde.
Okay. Ms. D is a troll.
Ms. D is a troll.
Look. Okay. Rick Mahorn is one of the nicest guys in the NBA. He helped and protected Jason Kidd along his way. When nobody wanted to stick up for teammates, all the way down to Isaiah, Rick Mahorn was what we would say Charles Oakley for Michael Jordan. Rick Mahorn was the protector of Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
You got to understand, ADP, in the early goings of the leagues, the NBA was very, very violent.
Very violent.
Very, very violent.
Super violent.
Nobody, the ratings was down because it was like watching a hockey game with these players in the NBA, and they were going down and being hurt in the 70s and 80s just like the girl is today. So it's just a representation and a reflection in history. Y'all know I'm a historian.
Right.
The history of the WNBA is in their 29th year. It's the same history that NBA went up underneath. This is to my little man Jacob, and because he's 21, and to all the youngins. The NBA went through this trial stage also, and when Bill Laimbeer came into the game, he was titled as Salt. Y'all don't know that. Bill Laimbeer came into the game literally being called soft, and Isaiah Thomas punched him in the locker room and in the breezeway. I don't know if Miss D remember that. Isaiah Thomas punched him in the back of his head.
No, she too busy telling you got ducks.
So, excuse me. So, ADP, when that went down,
yep.
You talking about old school players that come from an era, right? So when the WNBA came, you got not only an arch enemy that's coaching on the other side, which I have his autograph. I hope to find it. I hope to find it one day so I can show you guys. But he's coaching against one of the most defensive player of all time in Los Angeles and on the Lakers. You understand? So they're going up against Cooper, who is a physical dude. He was the Lakers' physical guy, if you guys didn't know that. He was the best defender on the LA Lakers because Magic came with basically minimal offense. So when Coop came, Coop cleaned up things that Magic missed because he was a 6'9" guard and the little guards would go past him. So Coop would be the one to hide him defensively against the little guards until LA learned how to shift Magic off and put him on the two guards like Mike and because Mike came in as a forward. Y'all didn't know that. Michael Jordan came to the league as a small forward. His first season when he got drafted, he was positioned as small forward because Reggie Theus was the point guard. Quentin Daly was the two guard. And when Mike came, he took David Greenwood. I know y'all don't know who David Greenwood, but I'm a Bulls phenomenon. David Greenwood was the small forward that was on the Bulls. Then you had Orlando Woolridge, and then of course Artis Gilmore, the great Artis Gilmore. So ADP, I take you through that history because muscle memory counts, right?
Right.
In every game, right?
Yep.
Situations bring back old ways of handling things, right? It was chaos going on. It was ladies that is 6'6", 6'3", 6'2", 6'1". These are giant females. I ain't talking about people like you and So Pretty Tony, Miss D. Pretty Tony's 5'6". You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about young little gay ladies like that. We talking about Amazons. And
correction, I'm 5'4".
Okay, 5'4". I was trying to give you 2 inches a little bit.
I know you was. I appreciate it.
But the thing is that, not to talk boring about it, but I just definitely want to get things right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You're doing good.
When we talk about Lisa Leslie, she talked about that day, and she did tell you that my used to be GOAT, which was Candace Parker, who came in and scored almost 30 points in her very first game as an NBA player. She was targeted like Caitlin Clark. She was the newest phenomenon. She was the unicorn that everybody talk about, because y'all already know that Candace Parker could put that ball on the floor. Candace Parker could shoot the three. Candace Parker got a mid-range, and then she also had a teardrop. You dig what I'm saying? So she had all of the skills that a player, right? She had all of the skills that a player at that time did not have. Go ahead, Jacob, and then I'll finish.
Bro, Claude, she did score. She scored 34 points in her debut.
Well, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know if she scored in that game. I'm talking about her first.
No, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, her first game. So they were already upset because they were calling Candace Parker. You guys, y'all got to realize. I know Tony was coaching during this time for the league. That Candace Parker was the Caitlin Clark of that time. Okay, she was a rookie, and they was trying to bump up the league and all of that. So they was coming at her, and of course, Lisa Leslie is, very seasoned, and told her to be ready. Now, let's go to the altercation. He did do what he did, but he didn't intentionally try Lisa Leslie, because Rick Mahorn at this time, if y'all see how big Rick Mahorn, he was almost 400 pounds right there. He was almost, if he wasn't 400 pounds.
That boy a truck.
He could have hurt her, but in the midst of the altercation, I do think that he was a little bit too physical with the women.
Right.
It should not have happened. ADP is 1000% right. Miss D, it should not have happened. You know what I mean? Like my girls getting here, they be battling with each other up in here. So I'm not gonna go in here and start shoving the girls. I let their mama handle it. You dig what I'm saying? That's just the way I do it. And they mama, go in there, just like when it comes down to with women, I let ADP or Sister Tony or definitely Keisha handle the business. You know what I'm saying? I let Keisha, when it comes down to something that I don't really agree with when it comes to any female, be it whoever it is. I let you guys, Miss D, I let all you guys handle it because it's your game. You got what I'm saying? So I'm not so dominant on trying to tell people, especially a woman, on what she should feel and what she shouldn't feel. That has to take in consideration. But she had every right. She don't like him to this day. Lisa Leslie do not like Rick Mahorn to this day. Even with all the apologies that he's done and all
she
of
full
that.
Of it. That's her one flaw.
I
like her. I like the way she do Angel. She full of it. But lay that long.
I mean, you could have your opinion about it, Ms. D. But what I'm saying is facts. You cannot get into, yes, all you need to do as a man, you as big as he is, put his arms out and leave it there. You got what I'm saying? Don't start touching these ladies, because you could touch one of their boobs, one of their, behinds. I'm just saying, they got ornaments, and you don't want to be a man physically handling no woman, even if you breaking up a scrimmage. No, should he have stepped back? No, I don't think that. But could he have just put his hands behind his back and stood in the way? Yes, he could do that. He could do that. Listen, I think all of the men were trying to calm things down. Bill Laimbeer and, Michael Cooper. He should not have been touching the girls. You got what I'm saying? But he did. Okay, he did. He talked. Bill Laimbeer touched opposite women. Michael Cooper touched opposite women, and that's why I don't think that it's in the best light that this happened. But I believe that the game has evolved, and the coaches of today, the men of today, I don't think that they would do that. And I know it's even if they're personal. Tyler Marsh, I don't see Tyler Marsh getting in the skirt, especially the way Whispers handle itself. I don't see him getting in a skirmish, or when Angel had a problem and that stuff was going down, he stood as close as he could get, but not to be involved in that. And that was the problem that Rick Mahorn did, ADP, and you were 1,000% right. T. Camilla is right. All of those things, Miss D, he should have just stepped up in the way.
No, if you watched it, she came with her fist.
I saw it many times.
So she came her fist like she wanted to fight, but he didn't. He turned around. If you really watched it, it was a whole bunch of people around.
I know.
He did not hit her like that. Come on now.
Right. He didn't. I said that, Miss D. He didn't try to hit her. Tony said it. He didn't try to hit her, but it happened. It happened. And when something like that happens, it don't matter. It's people on her side, like ADP, feel like he did it on purpose.
ADP, she ADP follow love her special. So we know.
Well, the thing is, listen.
No.
Yes, yes, you do.
ADP just keeps it real.
So it's a matter of opinion.
Right.
And the way you see things, because remember when we were in the classroom and they told the first person you had, everybody was standing in line in the classroom and the teacher would whisper the secret.
She gonna get mad at me about that.
She will whisper the secret to the first kid, and the first kid pass it all the way around, and how things get. We seeing it right now. We did a show yesterday about a damn roof on the Skies facility. Went past the facility, the Skies roof is finished. I'll be over there Sunday to show you guys live. Me and Keisha gonna be on live, probably Tony too. I'm going to the facility Sunday so you guys can see the Skies facility, and they got the roof there. So it's everybody's perspective that some people say, I don't believe it till I see it. Well, it's happening, and it's gonna happen now. And me personally, and I land right here, I don't think that Rick Mahorn was trying, with 400 pounds, was trying to hurt Lisa Leslie. But Lisa Leslie, who was the victim of whatever he had to offer, got the brunt of the altercation, and she had every right to feel the way she feels. Miss D, you can't tell people what they should feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how she feel. If I mess around and do that.
Well, she started that mess. She started it.
But it don't matter. It was with women. No, it was with women. No,
she tried to come up on. She tried to come up on. Can't say it. Come up on him with two fists, like she was trying to fight somebody instead of fighting Cheryl Ford, instead of fighting Swin Cash. So
it says, me, I would have
Keisha.
Yeah. See, Keisha said she would have felt the same way. So you can't tell them, right? Don't put your hands on me. And he should not have done that. 1,000%. And I land. Go ahead, ADP.
He right. Even if it wasn't intentional, he shouldn't have did it. And I never had that done to me or nothing like that. So when I see something like that, I react in that way. So some people have, but for me, I didn't have that. And so, like, just to see that, even though it wasn't intentional, the point is he did it.
Yeah.
I don't have no blockers on, but we can move on because okay. Move on.
Well, Miss D Miss D from Detroit, so they rough.
Yeah, but no, Lisa, you know what? But Lisa lost me on that one. But you know what? She came back 20-something years later, 15 years later, and doing stuff good with Angel. But she's never gonna win with me with that. So she could miss me with that one.
Miss
Good
D,
night.
don't you talk about the GOAT like that.
I don't even Miss D even go. She be having her opinion. She just go deep. When she hold it, she hold it.
Go
And
ahead,
you
Jake.
too, ADP. You
Hey,
too.
real
It's all
quick,
good.
real quick.
It's all
Bear
good.
down, bear down, bear down.
Bear down. Bear need to go to the hospital.
down.
Bear going to the hospital. Bear going to the hospital. He bear down in the hospital. That's
So in this next clip, guys, in this next clip, you know who they play again, and what did the Detroit Sharks do with this championship? They won that bad boy. They won it, and this was the beginning. This was their first one, but they won. They went from 0 to 10 to a championship. Like I said, that's amazing to me.
Yes.
From the bottom of the barrel and to get a championship like that. Because remember that second coach, I don't know his name by heart, but after the first coach, that second coach, he didn't last long. He was there only a couple of years, a year and a half, and then they brought Bill in. And for Bill to do that, to take a team from being the worst team in the WNBA to a championship, they call, they're the dynasty for a reason. These type of stories cannot be forgotten. This type of history cannot be forgotten. That's why I was like, part 2 would be the players and stuff, because you gotta understand the organization and the coach and stuff before you can even talk about the players, one by one, because it's a lot of them in there. It's 3 particular players that played a major role with the Detroit Sharks or whatever. And, other ones did along the line. But still, like, to just win this championship, it shows you, like, hey, they were all working together. Everybody wanted to eat. And back then, sometimes sports was all you had. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to see it. We don't see ball like that now. We see play ball. We don't see. That's the realest I ever seen ball. When I was doing my research on this team, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Even though I didn't like some of the way that they, the way that they played or whatever, I was like, man, they got a purpose. They want to win. Can you imagine being that tall, falling down? She probably was scared to death. Yeah, she is tall. Yes, I'm gonna get to her.
Dan, leave it alone.
On part 2, Troy.
Leave it alone, Van.
I saw her too.
Because
now, what can she say? Now, if he told me I didn't mean it, it's up to me to accept his apology. But at the time, I would have been angry. Yeah, because it's in the heat of the moment.
You the one.
Oh, he was 400 pounds. Good gracious, ball of fire.
She walking with her fists up, trying to fight him. And he didn't push her down. She walked up to him like, "Come on, what's up?"
So let me okay, so I'm getting ready to play it, Miss D. I'm not going to
I don't want to play it.
I'm getting ready to play it and not play the volume.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
Miss D, you're not letting me finish. I'm talking about the championship game. That's what I'm getting ready to play now. But I'm turning. I hope the volume's not on. I'm muting it so it can just
it's not on.
This is the championship, guys, that the Detroit Sharks won against the LA Sparks. Lisa got fouled out. She got fouled out in this game. Look at that crowd. All them seats were like, there's no empty seats. They talking about crowds. They had it. They just didn't have like the reason why they had to get moved and everything, guys, is because the fans, they just wasn't getting enough there in Detroit, so they had to wind up moving, and that's when the name changed to the Tulsa Sharks instead of. Yeah, she did, man.
Man, leave it alone. Let's all wait. Leave it.
But yeah, they won that. They won that game. They won that championship. So, Pretty Tony, what you have to say about the championship game?
Well, I heard you talk about the crowd. Let's talk
about
that.
Right? Yeah, you can talk about the crowd too. Look at
the championship game is a championship game. You're gonna plan to win. Lisa did have fall out of that game. I think she could have done some things better, a little bit different. However, she didn't. We're not going to relive it. But let's talk about the crowds, because we sit and we talk about where the game is today and who's who and why the numbers are where they are or being crunched how they are. Nah. Back then, everybody was so excited to have a women's team and league because they really back then invested in women's basketball. They were excited to have basketball a part, to professional league to be a part. So when I say every single team in the W had sold out crowds, they had sold out crowds.
Yes, but real basketball stadiums.
Real basketball stadiums, not what you have now.
20,000.
Yes, sold out. They wanted the W to be as big as the NBA. And so look at the crowd. I just want everyone to be mesmerized by that, because we sit here and today in age, we talk about who's making what moves, what's important, the advertisement, the media. Look at my girl right there. Boy, look at that baby. Just different things like that. Like I said, I never really truly pick a team, because I think that basketball is basketball, and I just want to see great basketball. I want to see it at its finest. I want to see it when the players are in it. When they're in it, it's a brawl. That's what I like about basketball. That's what I want to see in basketball. And I think back then, that's exactly what it was. If we did that today, Bro Claude, Ms. D, ADP, Jacob, man, it would be so many police officers in there escorting folks out and putting handcuffs on them.
Right, it will be.
Oh my gosh, not to mention if we think that the refs are making the calls that they're making now, you could imagine back then when the whistle didn't even work. And you knew it didn't hardly work because you just played through
it. Hey, the stuff that they would say, you talking about what they said to Angel. Back then, you could get away with saying nigga.
You can say all kind of stuff. But I think it's important to look at that. We see the game, and it was a physical battle through every single game to the championship. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's why I was so excited for this season of the playoffs and watching how the tides turned with who was who and who won and who didn't win and who got knocked out and what was the importance of it and why did this happen. And then the Cinderella team end up being in the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that excite me. That's what I like about the basketball that I'm watching. I don't know what nobody else watching. Players going to go here, players going to go there. Some going to stay, some not. I wish them all well, but wherever they go, if I'm a fan of theirs, I'm going to watch them wherever they are. And we're going to cheer them on just as loud. And we're going to hope that they bring the crowds just as full as they did in the last place they were at, no matter who they are. Because remember, it's an open market. And with it being an open market, you don't know what players is going to go where except for the rookies and the sophomores. Right. Those are the only ones you know that are going to be somewhere or locked in a place unless their organization have some moving pieces. Now, I am big on crowds and numbers and going to see the game, and that's what excites me.
Yeah.
As a coach, that's what I love. I love to see coaches become passionate, and that was a passionate moment for Beard. However, was it right? No. Was it wrong? It's a moment in time. You gotta let that moment in time be in that moment in time. However, that's what we're here for. We're built and made to have an opinions, and I love both you guys' opinion on that. But I love basketball. You see that game? Yeah. Lisa filed out. Lisa on that bench, quiet as a mouse.
Yeah, she was.
Show that quiet as a mouse. It's all right though, Lisa. We love you. We love you. But I'm all about the finished product. I'm about the game. I'm about the physicality of the game. I think the game has gotten too soft on women and men's side. The physicality of the game is what drew people to the game, and that's what made the fans want to come, and that's why you had sold out crowds. So when you take that away from the game, you take away the fans, because no fan wants to come in and see a boring game. Every time somebody move or do something that could possibly be a foul, you blowing the whistle. Or you're not blowing the whistle, but something that's just a touch, you blowing the whistle. So I think the referees kind of have it a little bit backwards this day and age. You would hope that they would bring it back. However, again, the game has to become physical again. I'm sorry. What say you, chat? I think the game has to become physical again. Let them get after it. Guess what? You are going to draw more crowds than what you imagine. Kathy, you're listening. You're listening, Kathy? Because that's exactly what PR is. That's what showman is. That's what bringing crowds mean. It ain't the fact that my name is this and anything else. I was going to say something else, but I said I'm going to keep that to myself in the back of my head as I was getting ready to spit it out. But it's not about that. It's about the physicality of the game and what people want to see. And what they want to see great basketball. That's what I want to see. I don't know about you. What about you, chat?
Donna said Chipper.
So I come from Chicago, right? It's
from Chicago. You in Chicago?
It's a physical city when it comes to the playground, okay? But when it comes to when Mike came, I just want to let everybody understand when Michael Jordan came to the game. When Oscar Robertson came to the game, he was like the last of the rugged. But when Magic Johnson got to the game, it started becoming finesse and skill. When Mike came in, Michael Jordan was a tough player because he, of course, was there in North Carolina with James Worthy. But when Mike came to the game, he was ready to deal with the physicality because that was what was trending during that time. But by the time after he got his foot broken, after he broke his foot and came back, he did want less physicality, Tony, or because he was a believer. He was a believer in skill. Okay. And the only way that you can see skill in the game, you would basically go to those finesse players, right? When you start seeing Michael, you know, Isaiah always said that he went to David Stern and he was crying about the physicality and all of this. That's because Michael Jordan would literally be in the air and Bill Laimbeer would knock him down. I don't like that. He could have hurt Mike many, many times. Dennis Rodman pulled him down before, right? It's a picture where Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, and Isaiah Thomas were literally pulling Michael Jordan down in 1998 when we first battled them for the Eastern Conference Championship, and I didn't like it. I mean, 99. I didn't like it. I didn't go for that type of play, because if you got skills, you got skills. Don't be mad at me and punch me in my motherfucking mouth. Excuse my language. Punch me in my mouth because I'm doing you in on the court, baby. Because my first step is quicker than your second step. Don't try to break. You know, they used to literally, they said, hit Scotty on the hands. Once you hit him on his hands, this is Detroit Pistons. Hit him on his hands.
That's right.
When you start hitting him on his hands, he's gonna shy away from the physicality, and Scotty did that.
No, Ban. No, they wasn't.
Scotty was a finesse player. So because why? He learned from Mike, right? Right? The new trend was coming in, and you had all of those players like Clyde Drexler going to the hoop, like Dominique Wilkins. But Dominique didn't give a shit if it was physical or not, because he was big enough. But he still was a finesse player. He loved to jump in the air, dunk on motherfuckers, and going down to the other end. But when you said, Tony, it took me back to the era where people were literally, Detroit Pistons was literally hurting people. They was literally.
No, they wasn't.
Hold on.
No. I can't let you do that.
Hold on.
No.
I can finish, and then
you got your Chicago. You got your Chicago flavor. No, they wasn't. They was not the only one. No. Go ahead.
You was in diapers when this shit was going down. When I was a grown ass man, you was in diapers, so you can't tell me shit.
Yes,
a baby can't tell.
Yes, I can. I ain't that
you can't tell me nothing. I can hear you, but you can't tell me.
No.
Miss D, let Bro Clock finish. Then
we get off the subject.
I got it.
You let him finish, and then you could touch back on what he's saying.
I got it. No, I got it. ADP, I got it. So the thing is that Detroit, you have to have the admiration of Detroit. What Miss D didn't let me finish, because they had to go up against a Larry Bird Boston team who was more physical. Okay, but when Mike came, like I was alluding to, the shit changed. So now, WNBA. When Caitlin came and Angel came, the game has to change. It just have to. Because if it don't change, you're going to have more than 66 players on the injured list. It's 144, and they had over 80-something injuries. So there was different players that had multiple injuries during this season. That's diabolical. You know what I mean? You got ACLs, them incidental. You know, they trying to still do a study on why the ladies, the ACLs having major ACL tears, multiple players having ACL tears, and whatever they doing a scientific study right now on why these sisters is losing their knees and kneecaps. You got what I'm saying? But what I will say is this. We've seen throughout this year in the WNBA, black eyes. Come on, Tony. I'm not here for that.
Oh, yeah. Busted
lips. I'm not here for that. You got what I'm saying? Scratches across their face. You know what I mean? At least Kelsey Plum had a scratch from her ear to her lip. We not here for that shit. You got what I'm saying? But things do happen. I understand that. But I don't want to see a bunch of women cat fighting on the goddamn. I mean, some men get off on that. But me personally, I believe your skill is your skill. And the skill is to put the ball in the hoop or rebound and play defense. That's the skill. Real defensive players don't have to rough you up. Real defensive players are quick with the hands and their feet, which you know, Tony. The shoulders and their chest move. the ball and the person with the ball, they the ones that if you're a real aggressive defensive player, fine. I'd like a JC Sheldon. I like her. I like Lexi Hall. I like her.
That's the physical play I'm talking about.
I like AT.
That's the physical play I'm talking about.
I like the way AT plays defense, okay? But when it comes down to girls getting black, I mean, you have multiple girls having black eyes this year. Hey, you got multiple, you have multiple where you would see literally the girl from the Indiana Fever knocking people out with elbows and shit. No, I ain't here for that. You know what I mean? You could be an offense or a defensive player that's physical. That's cool with me because you're gonna have to battle it out. But I mean, you literally giving people black eyes. Come on now, Skylar Diggins, I can deal with Skylar. But I could deal with Skylar because you know what? Skylar respect the game and she knows exactly how far to go. But I don't like the rest of that bullshit that be going on down low. You know what I mean? I really don't like, you know, I'm refusing to say her name, but you know, I don't like I say Aaliyah Boston. I don't like that style of play. Because
really, T. Carmelo? Okay.
So,
yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
I'm finna finish. So the thing is Kathy Engelberg, you right, Sister Tony. Kathy Engelberg, yeah, she should do a job, but I believe that Kathy Engelberg got to clean that shit up.
Of course.
She got to clean that up. Because us as men that's watching, because y'all want us too, right? It's your game. It's your game. But people like me that come up in that era of Jordan and Kobe Bryant and, you know what I mean, Tracy McGrady and, you know, the people that's out right now, you know what I mean, Kawhi Leonard and all of them, you know, we don't want to see our players out for 2 years because they didn't got pulled.
Sorry about that.
It's the little dogs. It's always the little dogs. So the thing is that I land with this. The thing is this, Miss D. Detroit only was doing what they were taught by Boston. And they got more physical, which made them win 2 championships. My man over there, Tuss was over there. So, and Mark Aguirre was over there. They from Chicago. They from the playground. So yeah, but I don't want to watch playground basketball. I got that shit around the corner. I want to see professional basketball. And that's what I want. If you balling, you balling. If I'm in the playground, I know I can't call no goddamn fouls. But when I'm on the 94-50 professionally, no, Camilla, that's right. I was going right there. See, Keisha, read my man. Camilla Condoso had so many calls that was not called. Yeah. I mean, Angel Beck is hurt. They showing pictures where they pulling Angel Reese down on the ground by her hair. No, Tony, I ain't here for that shit.
But you're not listening to me when I said that. I'm not saying go ahead and strip each other down.
Yeah.
The physicality of the game, even back then, didn't come to this.
Yeah.
But the game was physical. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the physicality of the game needs to come back. I'm not saying a player ran into someone else and boom, now they got hit and now they got walking around with 2 black eyes. That right there is an accident that just happens. It's a part of the play. And unfortunately, sorry that happened to Lexi. And sorry that it happened to, what's her name too? She literally ran right into old girl's shoulder and her eye is just blue black.
You ready for them jokes?
You
ready for them jokes? Lexi Hall did not get those black eyes, y'all, on the court. Because we ain't see that happen. What she was with, she was with Sophie Cunningham. And Sophie Cunningham had somebody. She went into the Hoagie stand. You know what I mean? She went in there to go get a Hoagie. And what happened was Sophie Cunningham had messed with one of them husbands, and the wife was in there in a hugger stand, and she was like, and Sophie was like, "What happened, Lexi?"
Nah,
allegedly.
This guy.
What in the world?
You know, he get like that sometimes. I'm sorry, Miss D. It's Miss D turn. I mean, yeah, real quick though, but
she's picking back on Bro Claude.
Is what I'm talking about is when they're like right now the refs are just bad. Point blank, they're just bad. They're making calls that should typically be let go, and then the ones that they're letting go should definitely be called. It's outlandish. The ones pulling the angel out of the air, that is important, right? Those you got to call. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Right.
I'm just talking about the physicality of the game that brings numbers, right? Back then, those ladies were physical, but you don't see no black eyes. But what I'm talking about is somebody do something and you get in each other's face and you blah, 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 blah. You kind of chew each other out a little bit, but you don't let it get that far to where you're throwing blows.
Right.
That's the part I'm talking about. That's what we're looking at when we're looking at this Shock and Sparks game.
Yeah.
You had that, and that's the stuff I'm talking about. Let them be them. They gonna jar jack. That's what they do. They talk
that's what they do.
Say, I took your man, all kind of stuff. Whatever they say.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they say, let them say it. And ref, get out the way. Let them go down the court. They gonna jar jack back and forth down the court. As long as the refs don't let it get too serious to a violent point, but don't silence the players. Don't make them feel like they just got to be robots and mummies on the floor, because that is not basketball. And that is what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right, Miss D.
Miss D, you got the floor about this.
You took Miss D time.
Let me say this. I am biased just like Bro Claude. We did not try to hurt Jordan. That Jordan rules mess was just a bunch of
bullshit.
No, Jacob. No. We was not trying to hurt. We was not trying to hurt him. So we gonna disagree because you Chicago, I'm Detroit. But even then, we weren't trying to hurt him. He finally got some balls in '91, and he started punching back. So he learned, didn't he? He got his little butt whooped a little bit, didn't he, Bro Claude? Huh? He got his butt whooped.
And then we won
in '91. Over the 90s. And then he came back and whooped their butt. And yes, the Pistons, they should have shook his hand, but that's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's physical. But now let's go to the WNBA. It's not. I ain't finished, Jacob.
They bear down. You know he gonna stick behind Bro Claude. Look,
that's okay. Jacob don't know nothing.
And then no.
Jacob, you gonna have baby Jacob as the backup? Stop it. Anyway,
he learned it. He learned with Bro Claude.
Baby Jacob can't help you, Bro Claude. You can't help it.
Hey, Bro Claude, are you on the hot stick right now? Good.
Baby Jacob can't help you because he's a baby. I know why he's trying to talk, because he's a baby.
I'm a baby, but I'm taller than your ass. How is that possible?
So, you're still a baby Jacob. Let me tell you right. Anyway,
let me get back to my regularly scheduled program. Anyway, you know what? One of the reasons why the players are getting injured is because it's no time from the time of the draft. A lot of players are coming back from overseas. Their body breaking down, and it's not necessarily the physical play, is they don't have the time that the guys have to recover. And yes, it's a little physical. And guys don't want. You know what? Bro Claude, no disrespect. Guys don't want to see this. Guys don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. If you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it. If you don't, you don't. Bye. You don't have to watch it. I'm tired of it. Girls don't dunk. They done dunked all day. Girls don't do this. They done did everything the guys want them to do. They don't look feminine enough. They look feminine. You got Asia, you got Angel, you got everybody else. They look like they do this. So if you want to go, you gonna watch it or you're not. I hate to say that like that. Either you're gonna watch it or you don't. Either you're in, you're out.
That I must agree.
We're gonna watch it regardless. So it's always some damn excuse. Oh, they don't want to see that. Well, don't watch it. Girls are physical. We not.
Hey, don't tell them don't watch it. Don't tell
you know what I'm trying to say. We go to look. We go sweat. And look. This is sports. This is not ballerina. You want something cute? You see what Angel did, right? She did the Victoria's Secret. You want something soft and cute? Go watch that. I love the black eyes. Good. She got black eye. Well, don't watch it. I'm not.
Yeah, you can tell what lunch table she was at.
What? I ain't got no beef with Bro Claw. You know, I'm a tease him, but no, we wasn't trying to hurt Michael. That really touched my nerve. And
no, you and Bro Claw, y'all like twins.
Bro Claw,
you passionate about yours.
Michael better. What do Tony? What's your favorite line? Toughen up, Buttercup. Toughen up. Yeah, better toughen up. I want to hear that.
Yeah, Bro Claw, she just.
Hey, you're right. You're right down there.
All right, it's not personal, but go ahead.
You're right down there, bro. Oh, okay.
Hold up.
You about to turn
the headphones in. Put the headphones in.
I actually like what Bro Claw.
He turned it on the siren. Look, he had to turn it. What you doing, Bro Claw? Oh God, here you go.
Oh, he doing his piece. Is that a new thing?
Hey, yeah.
Bring it, Bro Claw. Bring it.
Let me see. I can't.
Bring it, bro. Go ahead, Miss D.
What you got?
He ain't pulling nothing up, so I don't see nothing on my end.
Y'all are crazy right now. This is fun, though. This is fun.
Yep.
That's the problem. They got a lot of comments. I would not have sat at Miss D lunch table because I wouldn't have time for that. You know, back then, you know,
really?
They put them blades under that talk and all that kind of stuff. Look, really? I was the class clown. I do detention. That's as far as I go. And then if we got to the point where somebody wanted to fight me,
I wasn't gonna fight. I just gonna argue.
Nice.
Look, we gonna argue back and forth all day.
All day.
Ain't no fight. All day.
No, you was at that lunch. It's okay, Miss D. You was at that lunch table. That one that didn't play.
Y'all
Bro,
ready
trying to get evidence. Trying to get you evidence.
Y'all ready?
But I get what Bro Claude saying. I get what Miss D and So Pretty Tony is saying.
You got a counselor in there.
No, I get what both sides are saying or whatever, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You do want to be able to talk this stuff, but no, you don't want to see no black guys, Miss D.
Okay, here we go. You ready? ADP? I'm finna light your shit.
Oh no, Keisha said you would sit at that table too. Oh Lord, Keisha.
I'm finna. I was at the table too, but they didn't like what I brought.
I know he was over there too.
You know, y'all ready?
Oh Jesus!
I knew it was coming.
Oh no, he gonna go off on Miss D. That's why I pay to be the counselor.
I don't know what Miss D got some type of fetish or seeing guys. You might as well put on let me get up here, the black leather suit with the whip ready to go, you know what I'm saying, in dominatrix style, you know what I'm saying. I don't know what type of basketball do you intend to be playing that you didn't see that Michael Jordan was getting clearly beat up. But anyway, a broke foot came out of the shit. But it's all right. We gonna digress from this. But what I want to say is, if I want to watch women fight, I can watch MMA, but I don't watch that shit. So no, I go to a sport where I like it. So I want to see the skill. I want to see what Camila Cardoso do under pressure. I don't want to see 6 or 7, the people on the bench, the referee, the people outside hanging on Camila Cardoso's back. I don't want to see them tripping up going to get the broom in the back, to AT grabbing Angel by the throat, slamming her on the ground. I don't want to see that shit. So me personally, I don't give a damn what nobody say. It's out of hand. It was out of hand this year. It can't be. I mean, you know, Miss D, you appear to be one of them people that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss D, a bird came to the bush. It took a French fry off the top of the bush that was dropped out the restaurant and it flew away. Miss D will be like, I ain't see that shit. No, I don't believe that shit. Nope. She had been and seen the bird fly away, and it's something in her mouth because she didn't see the bird go exactly on the goddamn bush and get the mother sucking French fry. She gonna be like, I don't know what you talking about. Yeah, I be watching you, Miss D. I'm just telling you what I saw, what I grew up with, how long did it take for the process for it. Now the NBA that we watch right now today, that's why we went to the WNBA. This is why we went. I didn't watch the Bulls none last year. You can ask Keisha. This was the first year in 55 years. I've never missed. When I was a little baby, my daddy used to watch the Chicago Bulls. That's why I could tell you who was playing in the 70s, who was playing in the 80s, who was playing in the 90s, who was playing in the 2000s, who was playing in 2010s, and who was playing in the beginning of 2020. Now, I digress with this, Miss D. Your whack-ass Detroit Pistons got their ass whooped, and we won 6 of them while they was there. So guess what? You didn't have a goddamn dynasty because you couldn't win 3. That shit only worked twice. So lightning didn't strike 3 times like Mike did. And then Mike said, oh, okay, I got something else for you. And then Isaiah went out, the Achilles and all that bullshit happened. And he won 3 more. So at the end of the day, the NBA, Tony right here, because she's a coach and she lived the time, the NBA in the 90s probably was one of the most watched part-times, more than baseball, in the 90s when the Bulls was winning. When Michael Jordan went and sat down, the ratings went down. When Michael Jordan came back, didn't nobody want to see Hakeem Olajuwon win no damn championship.
Okay, bro, Claude, let me say this.
But I'm just saying, it's facts. I'm just saying.
Okay, bro, Claude.
Okay, listen.
You got your alarm, but I got this. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Man,
now let me say this.
Shoot out of here.
I wish I had better. I bet you I had a better gun.
Shoot that little shit.
I wish I had a better gun, but listen.
Like K-Sap. You better stop.
Listen. But shots fired. I'm about to throw some shots here. Shots fired. Now. Okay, all right, there you go. But listen, let me say this. You know why Michael Jordan's foot got injured? Because he was trying to do that dang on air walking and he hurt his foot. It ain't got nothing to do with the Pistons. And number 2, you can talk about all the dynasty, but guess who they went to go get? Who they gonna get for the second round of their three-peat? Who they gonna get, bro, Claude? They got a boy
from Texas.
Nope, they got a former bad boy named who?
A boy that was born in Texas.
Nope, they got a former bad boy.
A boy that was born in Texas.
A former bad boy, Dennis Rodman. They had to go get a bad boy so they can win.
And 2 boys that was born in Chicago. You asked me who they go get.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Listen, Isaiah Thomas come from the West Side. So did Marcus Bryant.
I ain't talking about Isaiah. I'm talking about.
I said Dennis Rodman. He ain't from Detroit.
I'm talking about Dennis. No,
I'm from Detroit.
I'm talking about the team. Who they had to go get a bad boy so they could get to finish off the three-peat. You could put your hands down. It's a fact.
No, they didn't. They had already won 3. That makes no sense.
But no, guess what? They had to go get Dennis Rodman.
They had to go get Dennis Rodman, and you know
they had already won 3.
No, they had to go get.
We already got a first 3-peat. So what kind of question is that, Miss D?
Miss D, you have no facts. They had 3.
Thank you, Keisha. They had to go get
3. They had 3 with Horace Grant.
Okay, I ain't talking about Horace Grant. I'm talking about. Listen, if they would have had those other 3.
You ain't making no sense.
No, I ain't making sense.
3 in a row. 3 in a
No,
row.
they rolled with Rodman.
I was there. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the Bulls. I'm talking about the Bulls didn't win without Dennis Rodman. The last 3.
What are you talking about, Miss D? But
they would have won. They would not won without him. They needed him.
Already won 3. It was already solidified that they was the greatest team with Horace Grant was there.
I told when they couldn't beat the Jazz without him. I'm sorry.
They had already won 3, Miss D. You have no validation.
Yes, I do, because they had to go get.
They won 3 already. What are you talking about?
That.
If Michael Jordan wouldn't have stopped playing basketball, they would have had the whole 90s.
Bull crap. Look,
what you talking about?
They needed Dennis Rodman because they was not tough.
They needed Dennis Rodman.
Yes, they did. They needed a former bad boy.
That's what I'm saying. I know you don't know the game.
No, I do know the game.
Because when you saying what you saying, they had already won 3 before Dennis got there.
Okay, that's fine, but they needed him for the last 3.
You ain't did it. I hate when people ain't did no shit, and you talking about some okay.
Hey guys, in the meantime, do y'all want a group hug?
No, you talking about some shit. That's how Lulu, Miss D, you Lulu.
They had to go get Dennis Rodman. You sound Lulu. Utah Jazz, right?
Tony,
right?
I ain't finna go. Tony, get
right.
Listen, right? What?
Right. He sure is. He sure is.
Right. Right. But let Jacob talk. I'm right. I won.
Yes, Dennis Rodman is a Hall of Famer. But they have already won 3.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about they needed him to come. They needed him to win the next 3 because they didn't have nobody to anchor their defense. Shots fired.
What you talking about?
And they got a bad boy. Shots fired.
Listen, they could have put anybody. Dennis Rodman didn't score a lot of points.
They don't need they need him to score.
They just needed a rebounder.
That's what they needed. Exactly.
They would have won. They would have still won.
I'm talking about your Bulls. I'm talking about your Bulls. They needed him.
They could have got any rebounder.
No, they couldn't.
And still won.
Dennis Rodman was still the best rebounder in the league. Stop it.
Dennis Rodman was averaging. Go see how many points he was averaging.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Points.
Shots fired.
Points.
Shots fired. He don't need no points. Dennis Rodman never scored points. What are you talking about?
Yes,
he controlled the game with the rebound.
He helped Detroit. He was a scorer.
That was
what are you talking
no, he was
about?
not. No, he was
a
not
better
a scorer.
in Detroit.
He was never a scorer. He was
right.
never a scorer. Never a scorer like that. Stop it. Stop it. They had the microwave.
Guys, hold on. Jacob would like to say something. Jacob,
go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay. So
oh my God! Stop it! Stop it, bro.
Mid D called Michael Jordan soft, right? Okay. So I have this here. What happened after those meetings, Mid D? What happened after those meetings, Mid D? After Michael Jordan bulked up, what happened?
The Pistons made him tough. Yeah, he was soft at the beginning. Bro Claw said
okay,
he was soft.
the
Pistons ain't make him tough.
No, what
the fuck is you talking about?
They made him tough. They kicked his ass and they made him tough. Yes, they did.
They wasn't the only team that made him tough. The entire NBA made him tough.
Only the Pistons. You know why? Because Joe Dumars.
You lost me right then.
Joe Dumars was the Dennis Rodman. Joe Dumars was the Michael Jordan not stopper, but he pissed some fear in him a little bit. The country boy from Louisiana. Okay, and he balked up. He toughened up, didn't he? He balked up.
11.5 rebounds.
Okay,
8.8 points. And 1.3 assists in 549 games for the Pistons in his career.
Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with the Bulls. They begged Dennis Jordan and Pippen. They wanted him on the team. They needed him. Okay? So who's the Lulu? Shots fired.
Listen.
Shots fired.
Rodman averaged
That's right.
15.3 rebounds, 5.2 points,
I don't care about
and
that.
2.8
I don't care about
in
that.
199 games for the Bulls in his career.
You can do that all you want to. We ain't talking about stats. Dennis Rodman was more than stats. They knew that his toughness. They needed that toughness.
They was already tough. They won 3, goddammit. What the hell is you fucking talking about?
I'm talking about the back end. They was getting older. They
won 3. They won.
I'm not talking about the first 3 ones. I'm talking about the last 3 ones. It was not, listen. Listen.
Mike was getting older. He was averaging 30.
Let me say this, Bro Claw.
He was 36.
Bro Claw. Listen, they was not beating the Utah Jazz without a Dennis Rodman on their team. They was not beating Utah.
You Lulu, Miss D.
Who Who's gonna guard Karl
You
Malone?
clearly was in diapers.
Oh, I was not.
You clearly was in diapers.
No, I was not. I was a grown ass woman.
You was. I'm saying you. No, it can't be. You weren't interested. You was out there fighting.
No,
you was out there
hood fighting. You wasn't watching the game. No,
I was at the game. What are you talking about?
Guys. Miss D and
Listen.
Miss D and Bro Clock, breathe in.
Okay,
breathe out.
I'm done.
And in the meantime, Jacob.
Shots fired. I won. Shots fired. I won. I won this.
Can I have the floor real quick?
I don't think it's about winning and losing here.
I won the argument.
Jacob, what would you like to say, Jacob?
Okay, so Miss D, you said Michael Jordan was soft, right? And wait, I know I don't want anybody going off yet because I already know that set people off last time. Miss D, so after they roughed Michael Jordan up after he bulked up, what happened right after that? Just can you tell me what happened right after that?
Lost. You know why? Because he bulked up. He toughened up.
You didn't answer my question. I said, what happened after that? What happened in the after season after that? What happened?
He bulked up. What did you talk about, Jacob?
No, what happened the next season? What did he do?
He won the championship. He won the chip, right?
The next year.
How many times did he win a chip?
The next year.
Okay.
And the next year.
Okay. But guess what? He needed Rodman.
Okay, what you saying? Oh, you didn't do nothing?
He needed Rodman after those. After he retired, he came back.
Everybody needed a rebound.
I'm not trying to. I'm
actually trying to want a rebound.
Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha.
Anybody.
Stop it. No, he couldn't.
All right.
Full crap. Rodman was the best.
They could have had.
No, they couldn't. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have not won without nobody. No, stop it.
Hold on a second, Tony. Just to prove my point.
No.
They could have got any.
No, they could not.
Anybody.
No, what you talking about?
Dude, so Dennis Rodman wasn't the only one that was a top rebounder in the doggone league. Miss D, you pretending you falsehood.
I forget about that. No,
I'm just
I forget about that. Look at Robert Jones.
No, I'm doing this for the people that don't know the game.
No. You don't know the game.
Y'all let each other
You don't know the game. Look at Robert Jones.
She not letting me speak. I let her speak.
I barely spoke.
Listen, hold on.
Guys.
Jacob.
All right, I'm done. I ain't finna hijack your show, sister.
Hold on, let me just say this one point. Look at Robert Jones. Look at Robert Jones. Robert Jones said before 95, when they got beat up by the Magic, he was not on that team. Right? Robert was not on that team. He didn't come on that team till the next year. They did not.
Michael Jordan wasn't there. What are you talking about?
Okay, Michael, but Scotty was still there, right?
That's irrelevant.
Oh my God.
That's irrelevant. Okay. What are you talking about? The team whole team was not there.
Excuses. But Scotty.
There ain't no excuses.
Yes, it is. You know why I say that? Scotty
what are you
was
talking about? So Ms. D, you want to sell a ticket? Let me take Isaiah Thomas off the goddamn Pistons.
They'll win.
Let me take them, and they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they will.
So what are you talking
They
about?
will win. They will win.
Yes, they will. Okay, I'm done. She Lulu. I'm done.
Okay, I'm Lulu. I'm Lulu. Because Scottie Pippen was voted the 50th greatest player, right? So ain't he still a Hall of Famer? Okay then.
Yes, Jacob.
Am I actually allowed to speak now?
See the questions. Just say your point.
Yes, you can say something.
You're not making sense. Jacob, go ahead.
What did you say, Mindy?
Say you're not making sense, but go ahead.
I wasn't trying to
defend. Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm not trying to defend Brokaw. I'm actually trying to say something here. So, because I was going back to Mid D's Michael Jordan soft point, and I was going to bring something else up that's similar to that, but I never got to it. But so, what happened after that, Mid D? After they messed up Michael Jordan, he went to bulk up. What happened after that? And I know you said, "Oh, but the Pistons made him bulk up." But
I watched it live, Goon. I don't know about you. How old are you? 19? I watched this live. Thank you. I know my sports.
What happened after that, Mid D?
Happened after what?
What happened after he bulked up? What happened?
I told you he won a championship. I'm not talking about the first championships. I'm talking about when he got older after he retired in 95.
I wasn't talking about that.
Well, I'm talking about Dennis Rodman impact. They would not won the last 3.
That wasn't my question.
I say he won a championship. Didn't I say that?
And then what happened in summer of 1992? And who were the 2 players feuding? And who is one of the players?
I know that
today?
Isaiah and Mike.
So whose fault do you actually think that is?
Both of them. They both was jackasses.
Who's the one still complaining, and who's the one that's completely ignoring it?
So,
please answer the question.
Jacob? That's had nothing to do with nothing. What are you talking about? What is this?
Because you said Michael Jordan was soft. That's why I'm bringing it up.
He is soft. Michael Jordan, look. I see what you're getting at. Let me say this. Michael Jordan still complaining about being a cut from the high school basketball team.
I don't see him complaining about that.
Yes, he do. He talks about it every time he get a chance.
He's trying to motivate all the kids. What are you talking about?
He still talking about that shit.
So is Laimbeer talking about the Olympics every 5 months.
Oh, okay, that's a liberty. That was grown. He still talking about he got cut for the damn high school team. So don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Come on, Ms. D.
Okay,
come on, Ms.
Okay, guys.
So
I have a couple of questions to ask. Let's get back to the Detroit Sharks. How do you feel, panel, that they play an impact today in the WNBA? I'll start with you, so pretty Tony.
I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again? Because I kind of got lost in all this sauce.
I said, how do you feel the Detroit Sharks play a role in the WNBA today?
They play a great pivotal role in it, right? I mean, they were a team that went out, they won, they played astonishingly hard. And back then, I mean, they were one of those teams that you almost could have said was a great dogfight of a game or a dogfight of a team, just like the Houston Comets were. Comets were a little bit different because it brings me back to Bro Claude's frame of mind of what we talk about skill set. They use a lot more skill set versus physicality. So you have some teams that have physicality and you have some teams that just had straight skill. Sometimes one might outweigh the other in the end, but they impacted greatly because without having any team win in any way, form, or fashion, then what? I mean, the Sparks, you knew what type of run they were going to get. You knew what type of players they were going to get because they became the IT program after the Comets. So for any other team to do anything different or to be better, it was a dogfight. And anybody that played the Sparks, that's what type of game it was going to be. They had the likes of Lisa Leslie. Let's make no mistake. She became the franchise player. So once she became the franchise player, people are going to gun for you. They're going to come for you. That's just the way it is. And you have to be able to take the lumps and the bruises. But I think that what they did, their impact is just as great as the other teams that were in the league. So I don't want to depict one over the other. I just think that they were another intricate part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have.
Yeah. And that's why it's important for, us to continue to rewind it back and, check out our history as fans when it comes to
I'm sorry, fans is funny.
NBA or the WNBA. Ms. D, so how do you feel that the Detroit Sharks again plays a role in the WNBA today?
A major role. They kind of forgotten because of the Comets, and you had the Lynx. Of course, now the Aces.
Right.
Most recent one. I think they played a role because those teams you didn't know. It was a young Cheryl Reeves that was the assistant coach, and so now you still see the Bill Laimbeer style, the stubbornness. Far as Bill will play the rookies. She don't, but the style of play. They like to play a little bit physical. in certain areas. They don't like the physicality, but they play physical against you. But yeah, you can see the Bill Laimbeer style or Bill Laimbeer coaching style with Becky, even though she wasn't an assistant, but Cheryl Reeves was. And so they kind of started a trend of getting the tough nosed coaches, homegrown, the coaches of picking players to fit their style more. So yeah, I think they had a great impact on how coaches coach today.
Mm-hmm. Bro, Clyde, you still there?
He's probably crying.
He's not crying.
Oh, there he is.
So again, how do you feel like the Detroit Shots plays a role in the WNBA today?
The Detroit Shots should actually be back. It's just because the failure of the people that was in charge, the Detroit Shots, has gotten dropped. They should be in the league, even though they in a weak ass city. But anyway.
That's diabolical.
Oh, why you gotta get personal? Why you gotta get personal? 313 all day. What up, though? Stand up. Why you gotta be personal? Why you gotta be weak?
I know my weak ass cousins in Detroit. I know my weak ass cousins in Detroit is watching. So y'all from the weak part of the family.
No. Look, we supposed to be Midwest family here. Come on.
Yo, no, we Midwest, but we Midwest. We Midwest pimping. But I'm just saying, the Detroit Shots. The question was, what do I think? I think that the Detroit Shots should be in the league right now, but the handling, just like the Chicago Sky has been getting mishandled. Even though Michael Alter is a billionaire, and information came from my sister Keisha that Nadia Rollinson is supposed to be a billionaire also. So, being that these are two billionaires that owns the Chicago Sky, and we saw minimal production, minimal protection, minimal enlightenment and celebration of the players, and that's what Detroit Shock was also missing and highlighting and putting their players on a pedestal. And it's just a Midwest thing, pretty much, I think. But I do think that Detroit deserves a team, because so we could beat the hell out of them, and I can get on my phone and send little emojis to my cousins with the middle finger, just along with Miss D. I ain't gonna do it because you're a lady, but I'll do it to all my male cousins. So fuck off, all you Detroit lovers. But anyway, absolutely. Anyway, I do think that the Detroit Shock should come back, and I'm excited for the competition, because one thing about it, Detroit can play some ball. Detroit can play some ball.
Well, they did say they have a team coming in 2029.
Yes.
But they don't know if it's going to still be the Detroit Shots, because someone owns that name.
It better be.
Yes.
And that's sad. It should be. You know why? Because it's we were known for the Motor City, and so why wouldn't we have the Shock of something that's about a car part like the Pistons are? So that's so silly. We should get our name back. But could I say this right quick? ADP is about the ownership. I think one of the reasons why we lost it, because when the Shock first came into the league, Bill Davidson was owner, and then it changed hands, and they had some ownership with the Pistons, and so they didn't want to have the Shock, so they moved the Shock. So we lost it because of our ownership change. So go ahead.
I know they were saying that too, and then they were also saying, as far as the team moving, or whatever, it was because of like the fans and everything, so they had to move. And as far as the fans and the money, when they had to move to Oklahoma, so
it wasn't necessarily the fans. It wasn't. I don't think it was the fans, because the fans was there.
The fans ownership. And the money.
No, the ownership, the change. Bill Davidson died, and it was kind of held the team up, and so it was too much. When ownership changed hands, they had to decide if they want to keep the team. You know how that go. That's why I don't like, and if I want to kind of be its own entity because you know how that go. So go ahead.
Yes, Jacob.
Okay, so if I'm allowed to ask this, it's up to you, ADP. But what do you think of that trash ass list that came out earlier? That college list that Miss D and I saw. I don't know if you saw it, but that college list.
What happened? Say it again.
There was an all-time greatest college players of all time ranking, and people were pissed off about it. So I was wondering if we could talk about that, but that's up to you.
Can you put it up, Jacob? Anybody?
I hadn't checked into that yet.
Am I allowed to bring it up, ADP, or it's your show? So I'm just asking.
Well, we're getting ready to end the show in about a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Or whatever. Yeah. So next time, Jacob, bring it up for me. Because I want to look over it too, so I can know what we're talking about. But I hadn't touched on that yet.
Look, Jacob, look. Look, don't get mad at me. I wasn't to jump on you. I wasn't jumping on you. Okay, we cool.
Okay, Keisha said she gonna piggyback off of it tomorrow, guys, because she calling the LSU game tomorrow. So, woo, I need me some cheer up.
Bears versus Saints on Sunday.
I need some cheer up, Keisha. So I'm gonna be 10 toes down up in there tomorrow.
Baby Jacob, don't get mad.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Come on back.
ADP. Oh, top college players. Man, I'm looking. Since I follow Angel, I'm an LSU fan for life now. And so I kind of watch Big Girl and Keisha and Tony because they don't play about their LSU. And what I love about LSU is that when they go to the pros, you see the difference they make. You see the dog in them. LSU got the best dog players, so people can say what they want to say. So,
I beg to differ to go from the Gamecocks.
I got to research.
That's true.
Look, I like the Gamecocks too, but I'm just saying it's something about LSU. It's more than just a team.
No, but listen,
to me.
But
they only got the top college players. I'm working on mine's van.
It's only ADP is all time. It's like not current.
It's only Angel.
Oh, that's what he asking about all time.
That's what I was talking about.
Right.
Oh, you were talking about the college players of all time.
Right. Yeah, because that list just came out earlier and it pissed off a lot of people. So that's why I wanted to bring it up on here since we have like 5 people.
Okay, you can take like a couple of minutes, but no, because you know what? That's gonna tap into a whole new conversation. I'm gonna guys. I'm gonna let Cut the Edge real talk because she's gonna play that game tomorrow, and I'm gonna be up in there partying tomorrow for that game because I'm standing 10 toes down for LSU. But we can piggyback off of that, Jacob, another time. I really wanted to go over the Detroit Shocks because I'm just learning a lot. So when I come into the field of whether it's football, whether it's basketball, volleyball, soccer, whatever it is, I want to know those best. I want to know who started it all. I'm kind of nosy, you know what I'm saying? So I can better understand the game for myself and that others can better understand the game and the players. So I think it's very important for a team like Detroit Shocks. They did what they had to do. They made a difference. They went from worst to champions, not just one championship. They got 3 total. It speaks a lot where you can, in today's WNBA world, where you can be the worst team one year and just come and win a championship the next year. That couldn't have been a better example. But the players, I was tapping to the players, next weekend I was tapping to the players because without the players, you wouldn't have a team, right? but it's good to know your history, and all of it has a connection. The WNBA and the NBA, they're like sisters and brothers. The difference is I noticed that now what I did notice is that the men are allowed to do more of whatever they want for us on that floor compared to the women. I did notice that. Or whatever. So I'm just, I'm learning as I go. But like I said, when you come over, I'm gonna do that research on the team. I'm gonna do that research on the players and let you guys know about it, because it's very important. These players and these teams should not be forgotten. They should, we should talk the same way we talk about Lisa Leslie and whoever else is your favorite players. We need to go and make sure we're representing for the ones who started it all too at the same time, because without them paving the way, we wouldn't have these teams like the Aces and all that kind of stuff. We would have them, but the impact of the vets makes a difference in today's game. So I want to say, guys, thank you very much for coming on the show today. I learned a lot between the Chicago and the Detroit session. We know that both of these two up here are very passionate about their cities. Like, they don't play what they say. They stand 10 toes down. I do like what Broclaw did say about, as far as the WNBA. You want them to, talk that junk or whatever and stuff like that, but you don't want to get to the point where, they injure or, hey, their career's gone. You know what I'm saying? So maybe just a little bit of it, but not where it's like causing injury to where we can't see our players be able to play. But change is coming. They're not going to be beating up on our Twin Towers next year. We don't know what the future holds, but we know different changes are coming. Look how the game has changed since then, so more changes are going to come. And it's going to be for the better and for the players, the actual players and stuff. And yeah, when I watch basketball, I want to see some dog ball. You know what I'm saying? I want to see people going at it when they play, but I don't want it to be at the expense of somebody's career. So I get what So Pretty Tony is saying. I get what Ms. D saying about, they want it to be, be more physical. And I get what they're saying. We need some of that too, because all that crybaby stuff, no. You get on that floor, you want to take the heat, you want to be big and bad, well, do your thing. Don't cry and complain about it. You got on the floor talking that junk, back it up. And that's what you see a lot of players. They get on, they get on that court and they go back and forth, down, back it up. They go running
I
to
agree.
the big. No, you popping off in the mouth, keep popping.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it won't take away the game like that. But when you start where it's gonna, it could jeopardize their lifestyle and their career, that's a big difference. So I get what Ms. D and So Pretty Tony is saying. Little Jacob over there, what Jacob was saying, or whatever. And we just got to continue to fight for what's right for these players. We want to see some good basketball. I don't think it's nothing wrong. I like So Pretty Tony said, when I was looking at the vets or whatever playing and stuff like that, I love the excitement of the crowd. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It just takes you back where you just want to go rewatch the games, because as we're seeing today, the games are different. It's not like that. It's all about, this person bringing in money. Sometimes, listen, money is not everything. You know what I mean? And so to have passionate players that want to play the game, regardless, of course, they're going to get paid, but they get out there and play their butts off. That's what we want to see. We want to see back and forth. We don't want to see no baby ball. Every time you turn around, you calling a foul. You can't enjoy the game like that, I don't want to see that no more. Because it's like stop, go, and then the game is supposed to end in 2 hours. We 3 hours watching the game because there's so many fouls. So I will pick it back off next week on part 2, and I'll break down the players and everything, guys. And I just want to say thank you so much, chat. Thank you so much, panel, for coming up here tonight. And we'll catch you on the next one. You hear me? So, guys, have a good night. And I'll see you next time, okay?
Good job,
thank you, Ms. D, Jacob, Brooklyn. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Love y'all.
See you.
Love you too.
Detroit sucks.